Many hundreds of years ago, England was ruled by a king called Uther Pendragon. The king, who was friend and protector to all his people, was fair to everyone. The people of Britain lived in peace and happiness, tending their flocks and tilling their fields. King Uther Pendragon had married the beautiful Lady Igraine, and had a son. This child was the heir to the royal throne. The king and the queen died soon after the baby boy was born. It was a difficult time. Many of the king's opponents were looking to seize the throne. King Uther Pendragon had two wise counselors, Merlin, a prophet and a magician, and the brave knight, Sir Ulfius. They were greatly trusted by the royal family. When the king and the queen were no more, the two counselors met Sir Ector the Trustworthy, a loyal subject of the king, on a cold and windy midnight. They placed in his hands a baby wrapped in a scarlet cloak. Merlin said, "We order you and your wife to bring up this child as though he were your own son. The boy is to be called Arthur," Sir Ulfius said. Sir Ector, being a true knight, asked no questions and promised to obey his late king's counselors. As Merlin and Sir Ulfius had feared, trouble broke out in Britain after the passing away of the king. The barons were fighting among themselves and plotting to capture the throne. Britain was in the grip of lawlessness. Travelers were regularly robbed. The peasants were unhappy. Let's continue. In the home of Sir Ector, Arthur, the son of the late king, was spending his boyhood in happiness and safety. As he grew older, he became gentle, strong, handsome and good like his father Uther Pendragon. 18 years passed. Britain was torn by bitter rivalry. None of the fighting barons had managed to become the king. The people longed for the old days of peace and prosperity under Uther Pendragon. It was Christmas time, a time of festivity. But all around Britain, people were hungry, cold and frightened. One day, in a churchyard, people found a large stone on which was fixed a magnificent sword. Upon the stone, in gold letters, was inscribed, "Whoever pulls out this sword is by right of birth, the King of England." Immediately, the eager barons who longed to become the king jostled among themselves to lift the sword. None succeeded. The sword remained fixed to the stone. It was Arthur, at the age of 18, who succeeded in lifting the sword for the first time. The barons were angry and disappointed. They demanded a test. Upon a bright May morning, a great trial took place in the presence of many people. There were the peasants, the craftsmen, the merchants, as well as the barons. In front of everyone, Arthur, slender and young, lifted the sword easily. The crowd hailed him as the king. After becoming the King of England, Arthur's first duty was to secure peace in England. He was helped by wise Merlin. Like his father, Arthur was concerned about the good of the common people. King Arthur fought battles so that no one could ill-treat the humblest of his subjects. King Arthur had lost his royal sword in a battle. One day, Merlin took him to a valley of sweet-smelling flowers. At the edge of the plain there was a deep lake. As Arthur approached the lake, a beautiful arm with golden bracelets rose from the water. The hand held a sword set with rubies and emeralds. "This is the Excalibur," Merlin said. "Only an honest and fearless knight who protects the common people can possess this sword." King Arthur accepted the enchanted sword from the mysterious hand appearing from the depths of the lake. "I shall never use this magic sword for any personal benefit," King Arthur declared. King Arthur could gift peace and prosperity to England. The greedy barons were unhappy with King Arthur because he was gentle and just. He married the beautiful Lady Guinevere, daughter of the King of Cornwall. On the wedding day, Merlin took him to a richly gilded pavilion, painted crimson and dark blue. The floor was marbled. In the middle of the room was a huge, round, oak table, richly carved, capable of seating 50 people. This was the famous Round Table around which gathered King Arthur's devoted knights. These knights promised that they would help the helpless, be gentle to the weak and to punish the wicked. To keep their vows, the knights undertook countless hazardous adventures. The stories of their goodness and kindness spread throughout the country. King Arthur ruled for many happy years, and grew old with time. Many of his trusted knights had perished during their adventures. The king gave his magic sword, the Excalibur, to a trusted knight. At the king's command, the knight threw the sword into the lake amid the plain of the sweet-smelling flowers. A beautiful arm arose from the lake, caught the sword and disappeared into the green depths of water. The knight came back and told the king what had happened. King Arthur smiled. He instructed his people to put him on a barge. It was the hour of twilight. With tearful eyes, everyone bade goodbye to the old king as the barge sailed with him towards the setting sun.